Hello everyone. Well, why I have a camera in my hand is because I'm going to talk about camera and some basic settings of the camera. Well, as it happens, so most of us have these beautiful high-end cameras in our homes. But then the fact is, we don't use these cameras as per their potential, full potential rather. If we buy these cameras along with maybe some zoom lenses, then tele lens, the cost can go very much above $5,000 or $10,000, which in Indian rupees can be say around 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs. But then at the same time, it sounds a little weird that most of us, while shooting, go in for auto mode. Well, what's the fun then? Well, if we have such cameras, what's the fun of shooting pictures on auto mode? Well, today I'm going to talk about some basic settings of camera. When I'm talking about basic settings of camera, I'm talking about exposure triangle. Well, exposure triangle consists of three parameters. One is aperture, the second is shutter speed, and the third thing is ISO. Well, when we say aperture, well, aperture is basically the opening of aperture and the amount of and the quantum of light that goes inside the camera. The more aperture we have, more quantity of light goes inside the camera. In camera terms, more aperture is lower aperture, which in photographic terms we call f-stop numbers. Well, we can have f2, f2.8, f4, f4.5, f5.5. The lower the number, more quantum of light goes inside the camera. And higher the number, say f11, f22, less quantity of light goes inside the camera. Well, while fixing up aperture priority, if we go in for lower number, that means camera is going to set up its shutter speed on its own. Of course, we have to select ISO as per the light conditions of the room or as per the landscape conditions of sky. So, first of all, let's talk about aperture. Well, if we have a look at exposure triangle, one side is aperture, the second side is shutter speed, and the third side is ISO. Well, you can look here, aperture is wide open at f-stop 1.4 and it is minimum at f22. Similarly, we can see shutter speed we usually use for action photography, and here we see shutter speed is minimum at 1/250 of a second. Like, it's fast and it allows less light to enter the camera, and we have much more quantum of light at 1/10 part of a second. And similarly, if we look at ISO, when light is bright, we can take advantage of ISO and fix it at around 100. If the light gets poorer and poorer, if we want the sensor to be more sensitive, then we use higher values of ISO. Now let's have a look on the camera. Well, this is the control panel. Here is letter A, which means aperture, and it can give us more information. This is 13, 1 by 15th of a second, 1 by 13th of a second. This is our current f-stop number, which can be changed with respect to the demand. This is f-stop number 4.5, this f-stop number 5, this f-stop number 5.6, so on and so forth. It can go right up to f22. So here is our f-stop number 22. Well, f-stop number, it relates with our aperture, and the more f-stop number we have, it means the less of light is going inside the camera. And the less f-stop number we have, the small f-stop number means more of light is going inside the camera. And our camera adjusts the shutter speed accordingly. Like right now, the shutter speed is 13. If we decrease our f-stop number, in fact increase the f-stop number, which means we are reducing the light, then the shutter speed also changes. It goes to 10. Now see, as we reduce the quantum of light going inside the camera, this also lowers down. Have a look, 5.6, this goes down. It means shutter will be open for much longer time than the previous one. This is 6.3, f-stop number 6.3. This is the timing now is 1.1 over 5, 1 by fifth part of a second, so on and so forth. And there is one more parameter, that is ISO. Written here is ISO, and if we press this, we can change the ISO of the camera, or for that particular shot, for that pic, this is ISO 400, ISO 500, 640, 800, so on and so forth. Well, the smallest ISO number is available in this camera is around, say, 80. It can go even up to 64. If it's a clear, bright, sunny day, we can fix an ISO of, say, around 80, 100, things like that. And if the lighting conditions are poor, then we can go round about, say, 125, 160, 200, 250, 320, 400, so on and so forth. So all these things, aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, these are interrelated, interconnected. One thing depends on the other. Well, now we have a better idea of exposure triangle, which is aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, which are interdependent on each other. Well, there's more to come about photography, camera, and camera settings, but perhaps next time. If you like the content, like, share, and subscribe the channel. Have a nice day.